Hello everyone, my name is Bojan Tomic and I will introduce you to a new product of mine, the Interactive Java Workbook. So here is my Ko-fi page. Actually it's a store where you can buy the Interactive Java Workbook, and here is my YouTube channel. So let's start. So when you start learning to program, you really need to program. So it's a common saying that programming is learned through programming. So like books, tutorials and courses, they're great to start learning. You need them to learn the concepts, but at some point you actually need to start doing the coding. You need to program some of the things you're learning. You need to roll up your sleeves. So you need to create your own programs to solve some simple tasks and then some more complex tasks and so on. You need to debug some code. You need to check if everything's okay, to correct syntax errors and so on and so on. So it's not that easy, and a lot of people get really frustrated with starting to learn to program because of this. So here is where the Interactive Java Workbook comes in. You have lots of tasks here, and you have also some lessons. The workbook is interactive, meaning that once you try to solve the task, you can get an immediate feedback if the task is correct or if it's not correct. You can also see the solution, side-by-side comparison of your code with the code which is provided as a solution. You also have lessons with code examples where you can see some of the major concepts and see how they are implemented in Java. And also you have video explanations of the more complex tasks. So they're guide, step-by-step guide on how to solve some task of the ones that are given in the workbook. So actually this is not a workbook in a classic sense. It's not a book, it's a computer software. And the types of tasks that you have here, aside the normal programming task where you have to code something from scratch, is that you also have questions, which can be theoretical questions, but also you have some piece of code which you need to review and then answer the question. There are also code completion tasks where you actually have to fill in some part of the code. There are syntax correction tasks where you have been given the code which doesn't compile, which has syntax errors, and you have to correct them. There's also the code correction task where you have been given the code which compiles, but it doesn't do what it is supposed to be doing. So you need to correct the code in that sense so it functions as expected. And finally there is the alternative solution task where you have been given code which compiles, which works as expected, so everything's okay, but the idea is that you write an alternative version of the code which does the same thing, but the code is written a bit differently. Okay, so what's also a good point here in the Interactive Java Workbook, as I said, it's not a classical book, it's actually a software. It's actually implemented in a leading programming environment for Java, the IDEA IntelliJ. There is something called the Academy plugin which helps people like me create courses which can be run directly in the IntelliJ environment. So actually this is a big plus, this is a big benefit for someone learning to program, because they are learning to program in an environment they will be programming in when they start working. So who is this workbook for? For anyone who wants to start programming in Java. No previous programming knowledge is needed, everything starts from scratch. You just need to know how to use your computer in a general sense. So also teachers, teaching assistants, professors may also benefit from this workbook, because many of these solved tasks are great as practical exercises in the classroom, or perhaps as homework, or just as recommendations for fortifying your knowledge that you have learned in the classroom during labs, during presentations and so on. So how to start? Visit my Ko-fi page, here's the link, and download the demo and try it. So the demo contains about 100 and plus tasks and also some lessons. Video explanations are provided, and you can see how everything works, if that suits you, and so on. But before you download the demo and try it, take a look at the introductory videos on my YouTube channel. They are organized in a playlist, so you can get acquainted with this workbook even more before you start trying it. So that's it for now, and hope to be seeing you, and happy coding!